Hello, it's me, Dewana Turner, your independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay Cosmetics. I wanted to talk to you today about a cause that is near and dear to my heart. The Mary Kay Foundation is currently running its annual fundraiser, Team Up for Women. One of the important things that this organization does is educate about domestic violence. Its mission is to eradicate domestic violence. And as a survivor, this cause is very near and dear to my heart. You may not know this, but 1 in 4 will experience some form of domestic violence in their lifetime. Verbal, emotional, financial, physical. And in my opinion, the emotional abuse lasts a lot longer. The scars heal. The outward scars heal with time. The inward scars heal with time. But your mind replays it constantly, so that healing takes a lot longer. I know because I'm a survivor. I'd like to tell you my story. In 2002, I left my oldest 2 children's father. I had decided to go out with my mom, my sister, and my cousin to the park, and we took our kids, had a great day, and my cousin was like, "Hey, why don't we go hang out?" Okay, sure. I was a homebody. I didn't really go out very often. So I let their dad know what my plans were, and he would call and harass me. I was called everything but a child of God. And so I eventually turned off my phone so that I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. Went to the store, got a cute little outfit, some capris, and a blue polo shirt. And my cousin and I went out, had a great time. I went home that Sunday and got into a physical altercation with him. He accused me of all sorts of things, ripped my clothes up, threw them in my face, pulled back, thought about it, and punched me in the face. My nose started bleeding. I ended up with a black eye, and we started to fight. The worst part about it for me at that time was that my 2 children witnessed it. My son has a better recollection of it than my daughter does, and I know it affected him greatly. So, long story short, I didn't know about the Mary Kay Foundation. I didn't know about the resources that would have been available to me. I made a phone call to my dad. He wasn't home, so I left a message. He had taken my phone, so I didn't even know that anyone had called back until the next day when I went to work. And my coworkers knew something was wrong because every time someone looked in my direction, said anything to me, I would just, burst into tears. So I finally told my supervisor what happened, and as long as I was at work, he was banned from the store. Now, what he didn't know was that I had already planned to leave. I was tired of the verbal abuse, which I didn't realize. Being uneducated about domestic violence at that age, I was 22, I think. I didn't realize that a lot of the things that I was experiencing fell into that category of domestic violence. I thought it was just words. I always thought it had to be physical for it to be domestic violence. He threw his beer on me when he got mad. He would punch walls. Like I said before, I got called everything but a child of God. Something was always getting cut off in the house. I was working 2 jobs and going to school and taking care of the kids. So it was a lot, and I was tired of it. So I had transitional housing lined up, and I was leaving in 2 weeks. But as fate would have it, this situation occurred, and my father sent my brothers to extract me. All of my brothers had been in the military except for one, so it was quite an interesting situation. So they retrieved me, and I never went back. I came to get my things, but I never went back to him. I never saw my dad raise his hand to my mom. I never heard my parents argue the way that he and I argue on a constant basis. So it wasn't normal for me. And I knew something just wasn't right, but I also felt stuck. And there are a lot of women, a lot of men too, who feel stuck in these relationships because they don't think there's anywhere that they can go. But the Mary Kay Foundation provides funding and grants for organizations that provide safe shelter. 3 in the Washington, D.C. area were recipients in 2019. You can see the full list on their website, themaryKayFoundation.org. I'm telling you, the work that this organization does is life-saving. So I'm challenging you to save someone's life. Donate to the Mary Kay Foundation and be someone's hero.